So it's nearly summer. That, of course, means we're going to be getting lots of video game presentations, and many people were wondering, when was Sony going to talk about something? Was it going to be a PlayStation showcase, which is viewed as something a little bit bigger than a PlayStation State of Play event? And we finally have our answer. Just announced this morning, we have a concrete confirmation from Sony themselves about, well, a state of play presentation. So I want to talk about when this is happening, what I expect to be there, just kind of have some fun and speculate. So if this is your first time on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But tomorrow on May 30th, so this video has no evergreen potential whatsoever, Sony has announced that a state of play will be taking place. It'll be about a 30-minute showcase featuring 14 titles from the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation VR 2 games, including a look at PlayStation Studio games arriving later this year. Now, this will be taking place at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, so I don't have to wake up early for it. That's pretty cool. But what is there going to be at this event? Because we've heard lots of rumors. I want to talk about some of the rumors and stuff like that. As far as hardware is concerned, because I've already seen people saying, oh, I wonder if the PS5 Pro is going to be there. I just can't imagine that it would be. Like, if this system is coming out this year, then yeah, they have to talk about it sooner rather than later. But I feel like that would kind of be like its own thing. I don't think you're gonna put that in a state of play presentation when you're trying to sell like software. You know, it doesn't say anything about hardware in the presentation notes or anything like that. But I guess there is a chance. I'm just personally not expecting it. What I am expecting is something like Astrobot. I mean, yes, if you've been anywhere on the internet, it seems like Astrobot is potentially going to be one of the big PlayStation 5 exclusive games for this year. And obviously the word big is being used a bit loosely there. You know, it's a franchise that I think is good, you know, and it's something that I think Sony can really expand upon, because it kind of goes against like their mentality with a lot of their games. You know, when you look at games like The Last of Us or God of War or Horizon, like very story driven things, very sort of serious things, whereas Astrobot, like, you could be crazy with that. You could be completely off the walls, and it doesn't really matter, because that's what people are kind of looking forward to with that game. Of course, you have to wonder if Concord is going to be there. Remember the roast beef sandwich game, and that was all we really knew? Like, is that going to be released this year? It was said that it was going to be a 2024 game, but we haven't really seen anything from it. We haven't really seen anything at all from it. So I would expect those to kind of be like the PlayStation Studio games. I'm not expecting there to be like something completely crazy, like a new thing within a major franchise or something like that. But I can expect potentially, you know, stuff that we knew about, and maybe some smaller stuff, you know, maybe something Sly Cooper related. Like, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say, because I feel like there's a good bit of mystery with what Sony is doing right now. And then, of course, you have third-party games. And I think, once again, like we've seen time and time again with a lot of Sony presentations lately, I think the third-party games are going to be what kind of holds this up, what kind of bolsters this state of play presentation. I fully expect there to be Metal Gear Solid 3 and Silent Hill 2 stuff here. Like, those games obviously started out on PlayStation systems. They were PlayStation 2 exclusive titles. So I fully expect there to be those two games there. Konami trying to make this comeback in some way, shape, or form. You know, I've heard allegedly Metal Gear Solid 3 was supposed to be at the Xbox presentation and not at the PlayStation one, which makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever, considering that the game was unveiled like at a PlayStation presentation. So I fully expect that to be there, because Metal Gear Solid 3 and by extension, Silent Hill 2. Both of these games are supposed to be 2024 releases. So you would have to imagine that these are things that we're going to see. These are things we're going to learn about, you know, what's kind of different, if anything is different. Silent Hill 2 obviously had a very shoddy presentation the last time we saw it. Allegedly, that was an older build, so, you know, don't get your panties in a wad sort of situation, even though if that was an older build, like, why the hell did you show it? I didn't tell you to show that build. But I'm definitely curious to see Metal Gear Solid 3. I want to see what they're doing with that. I want to see more of the gameplay, more of this visual glow up for the game as well. And then kind of beyond that, you know, I feel like there is some mystery. Obviously, there's going to be some JRPGs there. You're going to have something from Capcom there, more than likely, as well. Could it be, you know, a Resident Evil related tease? It's, you know, as weird as it is to say, it's been a little bit quiet on the Resident Evil front. That seems to be firing on all cylinders. So I would be kind of hopeful for something like that. And then you have the PSVR 2 stuff. And at this point in time, like, I don't know, man. I've completely given up on my PSVR 2. Like, great for Gran Turismo 7. Freaking awesome. An amazing experience that really kind of bridges the gap between, you know, like normal gaming and VR gaming. For me personally, I think it just works so well. But like beyond that, there really hasn't been much of anything that's really interested me. You know, I'm hopeful that they could right this wrong. You know, maybe this is the presentation where we learn that now you can connect your PSVR 2 to your PC. That's something that allegedly has been in the works, and I think that's something that would be fantastic because hardware wise, it's a great piece of technology. Like, it looks absolutely amazing, and like the clarity, the depth of field and stuff like that, just absolutely top notch, but it's kind of limited. I guess maybe that Batman game could be there as well that was announced for the Quest 3, because if that's not there, I'm gonna have to buy a Quest 3. Like, it's an Arkham game in VR. Like, that's the kind of shit I want from this. So, you know, hopefully that's there so I don't have to buy a Quest 3, because I have a Quest 2 and I don't really use it all that much. But I am excited for this presentation. You know, I just thought of another game too that's probably going to be there, and that's that Lego Horizon stuff, because that's been heavily rumored. You know, a Lego Horizon game is allegedly kind of like the next move. Obviously, a smaller budget thing. I couldn't bring myself to care about that, because like I've always said, Lego related games are kind of contingent on the source material. If you're not interested in the source material, you're probably not going to be interested in the game itself. Whereas, you know, things like Lego Batman, Lego Jurassic Park, like that was freaking awesome to me. I'm not really a fan of the Horizon world and lore and characters and Aloy and stuff like that. So to me, that would kind of be a bit of a miss. But, you know, if people want to get excited for that, like, that's cool. You know, I'm not gonna try and rain on your parade or anything like that, but I'm definitely excited for this presentation. It's a very exciting time of the year, just because you're learning about new stuff. You're setting up the second half of the year, which is crazy to think about, because it really feels like 2024 just started, and like we're almost at the midway point and we're getting all these video game presentations and stuff. But it's a really fun time. So I want to know what you guys are hoping to see at this presentation, what you're expecting to see at this presentation. I'm not really speaking from a place of like leaks and stuff like that. I can say with confidence that Konami is going to be there pretty strong from what I've heard, but you know, that's just what I've heard. But let me know your kind of dream list in the comments section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. I did not feel like being on camera right now. I didn't go to sleep till like 5:30 in the morning. I don't know why I couldn't sleep, but I'm just a broken man on a lot of different aspects. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. I, of course, will be back with a reaction to the presentation tomorrow that takes place at 6 p.m. Eastern time. There may be a video before then as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.